So JJ Redick finds himself in no man's land out there in LA. As the Lakers continue to struggle, a lot of different nuances are starting to be brought into the fold. And right here in this segment, we're going to get into a nice bag because a lot of different things are being brought up about the layers of dynamics that are playing out within this Lakers team. Is Luka prime years being wasted? Another thing I had brought up in my previous segments, will the Lakers even get a chance to compete for a championship with Luka Doncic being eligible for that 10-year Supermax and I believe 2 more seasons? This is the first time with the new rules we're going to see a team have a player on a 10-year Supermax and they have to get the right pieces to surround him. That's going to be a very, very narrow and tight window. Also, we're going to take a look at the politics of JJ Redick trying to put a standard on some of the guys on this team. We've seen him have a few uncontrollable moments in the media when he says comments like, we don't care enough right now, and we don't care to do enough things that are necessary. We don't even care enough to be a professional. Damn, JJ. Matter of fact, before we get to the main piece of the segment, let's just hear JJ himself make multiple comments throwing his team under the bus. It's only so many comments that JJ is going to be able to get to make before his players start to ignore him. This gets extremely crazy. JJ even calls out the intelligence of one of his players out in front of the media.
How would you evaluate, not just tonight, but overall where you guys are at in terms of that area of defense, helping not just the initial help, but also helping the helper? Because it seemed like tonight.
Well, we had a guy the other day who hasn't played a lot who didn't know what a flood was in the middle of a game. So we're clearly, when we're not healthy and we haven't been healthy, we clearly have some room to grow in that area.
Because we don't care enough right now. That's the part that bothers you a lot. We don't care enough to do the things that are necessary. We don't care enough to be a professional. It's, we had it. This is I always say this about culture. I always say this about the team being a good team being a functioning organism. It can change like that. We don't have it right now.
How do you improve on these things when you can't practice enough?
Well, we practice them all the time. It's not, again, it goes back to what I said the other night. It's a matter of making the choice. And too often we have guys that don't want to make that choice. And it's pretty consistent who those guys are. And so Saturday's practice, I told the guys, it's going to be uncomfortable. The meeting is going to be uncomfortable. I'm not doing another 53 games like this.
Damn, JJ just can't hold his composure. I'm not doing another 53 games like this. That end part right there is him just kind of blowing up a little bit. Him kind of showing a little bit too much of how he's really feeling. And once again, as I stated in my previous segments, the media has an affinity for JJ Redick. I don't know if he sounds like a podcaster during some of these press conferences with some of his quotes and just analogies of the game and the evolution. A lot of the media members have quickly anointed him as a good head coach without any proof of concept. He's going to have to prove himself in the playoffs. But right here, we're going to get into the main course. As Skip Bayless has sat down with some of the crew members from Gillis Arena like Kenyon Martin and Rashad McCants, and they went over the many layers that's playing out with this Laker team. Will the Lakers capitalize off of Luka's prime years? JJ Redick losing respect in the locker room? And also Skip diving real deep. He was in his bag right here, but he dove real deep on how bad this Laker defense really is. You guys check it out, and every once in a while, I'll check in.
The Lakers haven't played any defense all year. Mm-hmm. They're ranked 18th now in points allowed. They are the worst three-point defending team in all of basketball. LeBron is now ranked in individual defensive win shares, something you would have dominated. He's ranked 426th in the NBA, almost to the bottom.
I don't even know what that means, but goddamn.
Okay.
Now with that same defensive stat, it mirrors Kobe Bryant at the end of his career. He was at the very bottom when it comes to defense. And no one really ever talks about that, but the age is definitely showing, and LeBron James is picking his spots. He shows us every once in a while on the offensive end that he could still be the old LeBron James. But the injury that he had to start off the season, I don't know. Because it was very selective that he came back against the Utah Jazz, which their defense is really one of the worst in the league. So he chose a great team to come back and play against to show off that he still got that old thing back.
Luka individual defensive win shares is 240th. the Lakers have one guy in the top 100, and believe it or not, it's Austin Reeves. So all 10 of their losses are by 10 or more points. So when they get spanked, they get spanked. And their coach is calling them out, saying defense is a choice, and we don't care enough right now. That they don't care about playing defense. And it's a miracle that they're 19-10 right now. And the only way they won those games is they have 3 guys in the backcourt who can just go crazy hot and score like nobody can score in the league. And that's starting with Luka, and I'll throw in LeBron and Austin Reeves. And all 3 of those guys have had hot-handed games where just because one guy was scoring unstoppably, they stole some games along the trail. And yet Luka, to me, is way overrated, because the problem with Luka is, and this is killing them as a basketball team, he's second in the league in three-point attempts, second to Steph in three-point attempts. He's shooting 32% from 3. That ranks 184th in basketball. 184th. Well, that means there are a lot of empty possessions. And guess what? Luka is leading the NBA in turnovers, 4.3 a game. So last night he had 5 in the first half. He had 3 in the first 2.5 minutes. And Houston said, thank you very much, jumped out 14 and never looked back.
Now, this is another thing that's at play that people don't really take into consideration, because the expectation is that Luka will be Luka in LA. But so far, ever since that 2024 finals, he has not returned nowhere near in that kind of form. Even though in those very same finals, he needed to get into better shape to play defense. But yet that same version of Luka is still MIA. Mavs fans last season, as well as Laker fans this season, is still waiting. They're still waiting to see that version of Luka.
And then Austin Reeves, who can come in and light it up, as you pointed out, he didn't get to play in the second half because of calf soreness. So they're all offense, no defense, and this isn't going to turn around, because as much as I love watching those 3 play together in the backcourt, because the IQ is just off the charts. It's the highest IQ of any 3 guards who have ever played. And any one of them can just go crazy hot on any given night. But Austin Reeves is the only one who even tries to play defense, and he ranks 90th in defense. So it didn't surprise me. Houston crushed them on the boards, 48-25. Houston crushed them in offensive rebounds, 17-7, because Houston leads the league in rebound. That's what they do. So they're a nightmare matchup for the Lakers, especially on Christmas Day in LA. So I wasn't at all surprised by what I saw.
Heavy is the head that wears the crown. Surprised Skip didn't touch on none of that.
Yeah, Skip gave LeBron James a little break right there. But this is no longer LeBron James's team. So the real question is, when is Luka going to take that crown? The team is clearly his, but on the court, it doesn't really look like it. It looks like, does LeBron really think that he's still better than him at this moment?
Yeah, man, we got to talk about it.
Yep.
Before LeBron got there, where were the Lakers and how did they look? Phenomenal.
This year.
Oh, this season.
This year.
Okay, I'm going to say.
This year, Luka, Slim Luka, before he started to slowly become Free Willy again.
He did. Yeah.
He looked great. He looked great. Right?
On LeBron.
Then we looking at Austin Reeves and we're like, wow, we're going to have to give him the max. There wasn't a lot of conversation about defense at the time because JJ had a system in to cover those guys, to make sure that the rotations were the rotations. It's all about effort and hustle. But I look at something that's a crazy dynamic for JJ Redick, because, you know, he got on TV when he was an analyst at First Take, and he spewed so heavily about Doc Rivers being the guy to never take accountability and always throwing his team under the bus.
Just for JJ to do the same, as we heard in the previous sound bites. How ironic. And we also got to look at the timing of everything. Notice how the Lakers are now struggling with LeBron returning, but yet at the same time, we see Max Kellerman launch a podcast with Rich Paul, in which my man Rich Paul is describing some adjustments that he feels JJ Redick needs to make. For example, he believes LeBron James should be the person setting the screens and become that roller that makes all the decisions. Since when we've seen an agent question a coach's roster moves in a public platform? This is a very unique circumstances playing out right here. It's like we're watching a fucking soap opera. This shit is crazy. But hey, we're in LA, right? Home of the actors.
And always blaming this and that. He's got never takes accountability. But full circle, we see JJ get up here in the press conference and constantly duck giving accountability to his star players who do not play defense, clearly, because we all are watching. We can see this shit. It's so sad that JJ had to go about that way, because we blame Darvin Ham for a lot of shit that JJ's complaining about currently. And I want to shout out to Darvin Ham for not publicly throwing a lot of players under the bus, which he should have, because it would have saved his job. But the fact that JJ is now going through the same thing Darvin Ham was going through, trying to figure out how to motivate guys who are getting paid a lot of money to play this game.
And it's very funny how the media is not throwing out the same comments about JJ Redick and criticizing his coaching. And he's not even dealing with injuries like that, the same way Darvin Ham had it.
And if you can't hold guys accountable, like we've always said on this couch, but when you hold these guys accountable, two things happen. You got to show up or you got to run away. And I think when we watch the game of basketball and you watch the Lakers play, you're talking about being a Los Angeles Lakers head coach, being a Los Angeles Lakers player, upholding legacy and prestige. You have to show up as if the fans are more of a priority than anything, because these people want to see winning. They're used to it. So Luka didn't ask to be here and the fans didn't ask for Luka. I don't think the fans asked for LeBron James either, but they're both here. Two of the greatest players to play the game. And you mean to tell me we got to ask you to come play defense? You want to be the greatest at the top of the top, and you want everyone to volunteer you into a tier level of two of the greatest guys that ever played a game. When you talk about Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan, you talk about Wilt Chamberlain and Bill Russell, guys you never had to ask to compete. Even a Magic Johnson. Where are all the Lakers that used to play for the Lakers that are not speaking out on what we are seeing? This is a travesty what we're watching, because we got to go out and see effort. JJ shouldn't say Saturday we're going to talk. You're supposed to be saying that shit at training camp. Fuck you talking about now?
It's two things I want to touch on, right? The first one is, so he said the words of the day are what? Execution and effort. Is this a fucking kindergarten classroom where you...
Facts. The same way he said, I'm not going to do this for 53 more games. He sounded like a fucking substitute teacher. The kids are running him through the ringer and he's fucking tight.
You put words on the words of the day on the fucking board that... Yep. Like, what are we talking about here? Like, the words of the day are effort and execute. Like, I saw that when I used to drop my son off at school, at kindergarten 2 years ago. Word of the day on the door when you walk in. You got to tell the teacher the word of the day before you can enter the classroom. Is this what we're doing here? With professional athletes that's making $30, $40, $50 million a year, that's what we're doing here? Second point. JJ, I don't know if you know this or not, bruh. Them dudes don't respect you. You are their peer. They are not, just because you have the head coach title, they don't look at you as such.
Kenyon cooking right here. Kenyon cooking. And JJ, you're going to lose a lot of respect from the whole locker room if you don't say nothing to Luka and LeBron James about their defense.
And the main corporate is the guy who you just had the podcast with.
That helped hire you.
That helped get you the job, man. Like, let's call a spade a spade. If they did, they'll play harder. They'll get back on defense. Once you address the crying every possession to the refs with Luka and Austin Reeves and LeBron, if you addressed it once, if they respect you, they'll go out their way to try to change it, because you are a new voice in there. And you gave a certain effort when you played, JJ Redick. You did. You played hard every time you stepped on the floor. People respected that about you. I'm going to tell you something that was told to me in the Big Three when we were playing by Dante Jones. I was pissed off after one of the games, and he told me this. Hey, you know you can't put your heart in him, right? Yeah. It's that. You can want it for them. You can, listen, you can want it. That's just like your kids. You can want them to be successful in this world. But if they don't want it for themselves and go out and do it and look themselves in the mirror, they're not going to do it.
And I'm going to shoot JJ some bail right here, because you have players at different phases of their career. I still think Luka is still trying to figure out this Laker relationship because, once again, we're looking at his prime years, age 26, 27, and 28, could possibly be just washed away. The Lakers last year pretty much wasted a season. The Lakers this year, with LeBron James opting in, is another waste of a season. And then next year, even if they get new players, the fact that they have to kind of work the kinks through the chemistry, that might be another wasted year of Luka's prime. So you have a brand new superstar that's looking at the team sort of in a way as still an outsider. And then you have LeBron James, who's playing a lot of politics, launching a podcast where your head coaching style and just the plays you're running is getting questioned. None of the timing of these things when it comes to LeBron James is done by accident.
If they just not, and they don't respect the messenger. Effort. He's complaining about effort. I'm not gonna watch this for 53 more games. So what are you gonna do about it? We tell the truth. We've been there. We've been in this. Do you actually think tomorrow's practice on 12/27/2025 that LeBron James is finna go out this bitch and run around like he's 19? He's not gonna do it. You're not finna run LeBron James' 41-year-old ass in the ground, and you're not gonna do it.
Is there other ways to make it uncomfortable for him?
Do you think Luka is finna buy in whatever it is that you're saying? No. And them the guys that you're speaking of, when this message that you're talking about, you're not talking to Vando, you're not talking to Marcus Smart, you're not talking to Jackson Hayes, you're not talking to Rui, you're not talking to those guys, you're not. So the guys who you're speaking of was guys making all the money on the team. Because we're watching guys not get back consistent. We're watching the guys not give effort. We're watching these things in real time. They don't respect JJ. You just got done playing a couple years ago, dog.
And LeBron right now doesn't respect the Lakers. Let's just keep it a buck about that. For Rich Paul to say that the organization internally is not a championship organization, but they have won championships in the past, come on, man, we know what this is. LeBron James does not want to have his farewell in LA because that's going to generate a lot of money for the Lakers. So there's a lot of politics at play with him kind of holding up his retirement. And let's not get it twisted. LeBron James' farewell is going to be a money maker for whatever team he actually plays on.
I don't give a fuck what JJ Redick comes out and does on tomorrow's practice.
With that team,
it doesn't matter.
It don't matter because that team.
They're gonna turn around on Sunday. If they have a game on Sunday, it's gonna be the same shit.
Exactly.
What was on the board?
Because they don't got the guys who gonna stand on defense.
But what was on the board?
Effort and execution.
Effort and execution.
Exactly.
So as a competitor on both sides of the ball, you don't have to ask me for effort because I'm.
But that's you though.
No, we are competitors.
It's 20 teams who dealing with that same shit in the NBA.
That means you're not a competitor.
It's 12 teams who not.
That means you're not a competitor. That means you don't want to come out here and compete against that other guy. Because you know when you line up against that other guy, you're going to compete. That means I got to give maximum effort. OKC don't have a problem with competitors.
They don't.
They don't.
Detroit don't. Because they playing
winning organizations.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think it got nothing to do about.
Rashad McCants is pointing out something right there with the Lakers not necessarily being a winning organization, just like how Rich Paul had pointed out. Once again, the timing of these statements is what we really got to focus on.
You respond to it differently for how, like they said, they want it to be gentle. It's a new generation where talk to me gentle.
Yeah, ask me nicely.
Talk to me gentle.
So you ain't been here with us, right? So the message that I said about Detroit, right? The only difference in the Detroit Pistons right now, experience for one, but the biggest thing is, I told you JB uses 4-letter words, dog. Like Monty, a good coach. Monty Williams, a good coach.
Right.
Right? And you ain't cussing them motherfuckers out now, dog. So the effort is there, but if you're not giving it, guess what? I'm not finna add, I demand it.
Demand it.
Right? I demand it.
Alpha shit.
And alpha shit. And I don't.
What I'm saying.
So JJ, you can do all that shit you want, dog. Listen, you can go in that bitch and bitch until you blue in the face. Stripes and spots come to mind, man. You can't change the stripes on the zebra and the spots on the leopard.
He's not gonna put Bron or Luka on the bench.
No. You're definitely not. So
he ain't gonna do that.
So what are you?
So that says a lot about the Lakers organization. They should empower him to do so, especially LeBron. If he's not playing defense, he's not going to be there for the future anyway. But that's been the problem with Jeannie Buss' version of the Lakers. There's too much Hollywood within the team. I understand that the partnership with LeBron James has been fruitful on the financial side, but when it comes to the Lakers' brand and identity of winning and putting the logo first, like how Kobe Bryant did, LeBron James is far from it.
What you gonna do then?
It's just a group of guys.
Yeah,
That's my point.
that's
I
who
don't
they
give a
are.
fuck who is the most respected. Phil Jackson could come coach these motherfuckers. But with that group right there, they just ain't gonna play no D.
You know what Phil did publicly? He made those guys accountable publicly.
By doing what? The same thing JJ
calling
just
them
did?
out. No.
That's what JJ
No,
just
he
did.
didn't
He
say
just
no
called him out.
names. He didn't say no names. When I publicly call you out as a leader and say, listen, I need LeBron James to play better defense, stop yelling at the refs, and get the fuck back.
The effort starts with LeBron James.
It all-
let me hear
leadership.
it. So
Exactly.
if that message is, listen, the things that I'm saying, effort starts with LeBron James and Luka Doncic. We go as they go, defensively, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. That's a different message. Then it's the same guys.
Yeah. Who? Who you talking about, JJ?
If we're in the film room, all of us on the team, we're in the film room, right? Shad played 19 minutes a night. He get blew by one time on defense on a bad closeout.
Right.
And the coach spends 7 minutes on Shad. Right? Right.
One closeout.
One close. He spent 7 minutes talking about this one play with this man.
Right.
He been great every other, but you harp on. See, we can't allow this type of effort, this type of closeout, this type of. But you ain't. The other guy didn't play 42 minutes, and he ain't got one clip up there of him.
22 closeouts we can think of.
So he ain't got one clip up there.
I get it.
How does that resonate in
that
the locker
one
room,
dude
though?
who got,
How does that resonate, though?
he still ain't gonna close out. That's
Yes,
not his
he
game.
is.
No,
That's
he's
the
not.
San Antonio Spurs. That's Tim Duncan and Greg Popovich. Greg Popovich's whole fundamental strategy was to ostracize the star. I gotta have Tim Duncan be the example.
Right.
He's gotta be the guy.
Bill Belichick too.
So you know.
I'm glad y'all brought that up, right? We're playing in Denver. We're playing the San Antonio Spurs. I don't know their scouting report, but I'm pretty sure that one of the main things on the scouting report was stop by transition. No transition points, right? This is a real story. The score was 2-0. Our first 2 points was a fast break layup. This man called timeout and took all 5 starters out.
I told y'all.
It's 2-0, dog. I'm saying? That's holding your guys account. That's motherfucking sending a message.
I'm not playing with y'all.
He put it back in, but the fact that he called a timeout, snatched all 5, Tim Duncan included, right? If Tim, Tony, y'all got me fucked up.
I think I'm playing.
Y'all think it's a joke. I said no fast. Listen, the way that we gonna lose this game is fast break points. Let's stop it. It's 2-0. JJ not doing that. That's how you get. JJ not doing that.
Whoever the coach of the Lakers is not doing that.
So
It's levels to them personalities, bro.
Byron Scott did it.
I'm with you.
That's
It's
who
levels to
did
them
do it.
personalities, bro.
That's who did do it.
And
And
they
guess
suck
who
as a
demanded
team.
respect everywhere he went? Byron Scott.
He was coaching the Lakers and they won a chip.
No, but he demanded
Hey,
respect.
what the fuck? He didn't say ain't win shit.
What do you mean? What you
Ain't
mean?
win shit.
We're talking respect right now. This is what the conversation is: respect and having respect in the locker room.
No, they was afraid of Byron. Byron was gonna run them.
And think about the running.
Man,
Think
listen,
about that.
man.
Think about the running. Byron Scott
about this
comes in and
particular
says
job.
Saturday is gonna be tough for these
Oh
guys.
yeah, you better believe it's gonna
You
be tough.
best believe it's gonna be fucking tough, bro. And listen, what the league is about now is you can run me, or we can practice as long as you want to, but you can't. You don't work me as hard as you want to. I am the one who decides how hard I work.
Yeah, you can work.
You decide how long I work.
You can work me as long as you want, not hard as you want.
Allow me to say this about LeBron James. The head is heavy, wears the crown. I can't hold him accountable for this because he's almost 41 years of age.
Exactly.
He's year 23, and the Los Angeles Lakers did not want him back. They shamed him and dared him to go into free agency and end it somewhere else. And remember, he would show up in the Clippers facility working out, and he went up to Cleveland, worked out like, I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna end it in Cleveland.
Yo, Skip be in the bag right here. Skip is peeping game. LeBron James, Skip is on your ass. And he'd even mentioned the Rich Paul fucking podcast with Max Kellerman.
I dare you back, I dare you back. And they said, no, we will not extend you. But you got us by the balls because you got that option, and it's your option, and if you exercise it, we're stuck with you.
Right. No trade clause.
Yeah, no trade. And what did LeBron do? He missed the first, month and a half. Yeah, 14 games. And he was just saying, screw you, I'm not going to play for a while. That's what, sciatica my ass.
Sciatica,
Facts. And LeBron James at that time, he went on a media run, even discussing his family dynamics. He even launched a new season with his Mind the Game podcast. This guy right here, man, is he's one of the best political figures that have ever been in the NBA. Like a fucking true politician. LeBron James, I gotta tell you what, he is the GOAT of that.
Literally,
but I'm just not buying it. So he comes back and he says, screw you, I'll play offense, but I won't play any defense.
100%, Skip.
That's
Go
what he's
there.
saying.
Are you going to cook them then?
Well, and so he's playing a career low 33 minutes a game. And by the way, speaking of 33, last night he was an all-time Laker low for him. Since he's been with the Lakers, he was a minus 33. That was the third worst of his career. Because when he's on the floor, he did okay last night. He made a few shots. You say, okay, I see that. And he had one big game, I don't know if you remember, at Philly. He scored 29 and did hit a big three with about a minute left that kind of iced it for them. So he's capable every once in a while of doing LeBron stuff. Yep. But in the big picture, they're stuck with him, and now every story I read is about how Luka and Austin Reeves have bonded. It's big brother, little brother, or whatever is going on with them. It's just weird stuff.
Very weird.
It's very weird because LeBron's the third wheel now. He's the one who's ostracized, and believe it or not, I'm no big LeBron fan, but I feel sorry for him in this situation because it just feels wrong, and it was wrong from the start. Yeah. So here he is. And he won't play defense, and his podcast partner is not going to call him out because he loves him. And he got the job because of him, like you said. So this is a mess, man. And I'm going to say it again. Luka is overrated. I know he can score, and I know he's got genius, and I know all that. But when you can't make threes at the rate he's shooting threes, and when you turn it over at the rate he's turning it over, it's hard to win with it, man.
Skip is getting into a bag right here. Once again, the Luka that made the run into the 2024 finals has not yet returned since.
And then on top of all that, you play no defense. I think he plays less defense than LeBron does.
Yeah, he's the leader of the team, bro.
Yeah, 26 years old as well. The soon-to-be 41-year-old guy.
Bro, you can't.
And that right there is one of the reasons why I believe LeBron James, even though at age 41, he believes that he's better than Luka at the moment. Again, this whole scenario is a complete mess. From the JJ Redick hiring, him having certain allegiances, the Clutch Sports dynamic that's hanging over the Lakers' head, the new ownership that's in the building, Jeannie Buss having to innovate the franchise and having to fire her siblings. There's way too many alliances that are happening with the Lakers internally that makes this whole scenario a clusterfuck.
I can't count on him to lead the charge. No, the fuck you can't.
I'm paying him $52 million, bro. What the fuck is you talking about?
That's because who he is.
Ain't no because of shit. Because LeBron James can decide to be LeBron James when he wants to.
And we have to depend on him to lead the charge.
He's a four-man.
Let me tell you what I know about basketball, especially when I watch him, is he's never lost a step, bro. Listen, when you're a great actor, you can make it look like I can't do it no more. He shows us glimpses of what he can still do based on the ego of I can't let y'all know I can't go out here and get 29, 30 a game.
That's true.
LeBron can get you the exact same numbers Kevin Durant can still get you right now.
But what'd you call the Duke defense?
He's the show. LeBron is in the conversation because he has put the longevity in of showing us consistently year in, year out what he can do. Our expectations of LeBron James has always been the same. So when your effort is now in question, which before it never really was, because he plays hard, $52 million. So do you say, oh, you're paying this 41-year-old $52 million, should he give us more effort? You're not going to say that in the conversation because there's no other 41-year-olds that was doing this with his age. We get that. There's no other 40-year-olds that's ever in history been doing what LeBron James does. So at what point does he have to Stop tricking us as if he can't do this at the highest level still. At 41, being deserving of $52 million. Doesn't he deserve it?
How many games do you want him to do
still
that?
play defense, but
my
he's
thing-
not going to lead the charge.
Yeah, we're not expecting him to.
I believe Rich Paul, through the mini podcast episodes with Max Kellerman, he drops little hints here and there that Rob Pelinka did not do anything to improve that roster. Of course, they landed their big fish in Luka, but what else was there after that? There was so much focus on Luka, but nothing else outside of him really happened. And LeBron James is really not going to put forth the effort needed to lift up a team that's really not championship worthy. This has been very, very carefully crafted through the mini episodes. They just drop it in pieces.
If you're giving up the long ball on streaks and fades based on you thinking that the fucking quarterback just not gonna throw it, and you giving up touchdowns, and we walk back to the fucking bench and we look at Keeb like, yo, what's up, bro? You getting paid the highest on the team. You have the right to look at them like, man, shut the fuck up, bro.
Right.
That's the energy.
Mm-hmm.
But is that winning energy?
It's definitely not.
It's definitely not. So if we can hold you accountable and you look at us like, that's my fucking bad, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I'm about to turn this up because I know I can. Because if I can't, we got to go back to remember the Titans and sub the dude in that can. Hey, look, coach, let him in, let him go.
Yep.
He can guard him, coach. Me, I can't hang with him. Let's hold each other accountable.
This. Let me just hear me out. To y'all point, to everybody's point, right? You do get by you, right? You know you can't get to him, right?
Right.
He got you at an angle, you know. You dive at his motherfucking leg, you try, right? You know damn well I can't get there.
Mm-hmm.
Basketball, the ball going out of bounds, we dive on the floor knowing damn well we can't get there.
Mm-hmm.
It's called fake hustle.
Exactly.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Trick, we're asking for Luka,
Right.
LeBron, trick us.
Right.
Trick me, right? I know you can't get back. It's a fast break. I know you can't get there.
Right.
Trick the coach.
And this
trick
my
the fan
point.
base.
If-
Trick me. Let me hope.
First
like,
two steps.
If-
First,
Then, yeah.
Exactly. Now, if Luka go dive at his
Yeah.
legs and show, that's gonna crank me up.
Yes.
And if he don't, I'm be like, man, Luka ain't fucking playing hard.
Yes.
But if Brian go do it, I'm gonna be like, shit, that motherfucker 41, bro. I
Yeah.
ain't expect him
But
to
that's
do it, bro.
even more.
I don't even
That's
expect him to do
even
it.
more because they got the old guy doing it. Look at the old guy. If the old guy's doing it,
It's
why the fuck is you
Luka.
young guys not doing it?
Luka is the leader of the team right now. He's
Well,
the face of the franchise.
I hear you.
He got to do it.
Until
If he
Bron
do it,
leaves.
Brian might crank it up a little.
No, see, the thing is, so
It's
until
gonna all go through him, bro.
Until
if he don't
Bron
do it,
leaves,
it ain't gonna translate to win.
Until Bron leaves, so we say this on the couch. Until LeBron vacates the premises, it's a distraction. It's the pink elephant in the room,
Yes.
right? Because whether he wants to or not, his presence alone
yeah.
is dominant.
Right.
Right?
So if his presence alone is dominant, why would Rob Pelinka give him a player option in a year where he's going to turn 41? That's the real elephant in the room. Why would the Lakers give LeBron James a player option and a no trade clause at that age? When you see Rich Paul make statements like the Lakers are not a championship organization, and we're talking about the Genie Bus Lakers. We're not talking about the Dr. Bus Lakers. We're talking about Genie Bus's Lakers. They have struck out in free agency since 2014 with LaMarcus Aldridge. It's been nothing but strikeouts since, and a lot of questionable decisions in the front office. And even through all the missteps with Rob Pelinka, Genie Bus, after selling the team, she still gave him an extension. So inside of that building, there's a lot of politics that's going on internally. A lot of the mom and pop approach that the Lakers have done in the past, sort of the family business dynamic, is beginning to hurt this organization. And right now they have to innovate. And it still looks like they're giving out the old, I'm gonna hook you up because we known you for a long time contract.
So therefore, when I'm Austin Reeves, or I'm Dalton Connect, or I'm what's the Narabia,
Arabia. Arabia.
if I'm those guys, to your point, if the 41-year-old guy dives on the floor, right?
Right.
I'd be damned if I don't. When it mattered, the chase down block,
Hell yeah.
the this, the that,
Hustle.
right?
Exactly.
The extra effort
But
play.
if the-
He running from this baseline down to that motherfucker to go try to get a block. He don't know if he gonna get it or not.
But if the guy who's supposed to be leading the charge in defense ain't leading the charge in defense, then shit. Bron gonna be right in line. Shit, we just ain't got no defense this year.
I dig
The
it.
fuck I'm doing it for?
You're in denial.
It's his job to lead the charge on defense. Hachimura, nigga, why you ain't leading the charge on defense?
You're in denial.
You feel me?
Yeah.
You're in
He ain't
denial.
leading the charge on defense. What the fuck I'm doing it for?
You're in denial.
We ain't gonna win. I played enough basketball to know if Hachimura don't lead the charge on defense, we ain't gonna win.
Okay, what did you just say? Yo, let's go full circle right now. Because you just said that the best player was Luka Doncic. And that he should be the one
He
leading
the
the charge.
face of the franchise. That's what he
No,
is.
the best player is the leader. And they go by his engine.
No.
Who has an extension right
When you
now?
say best
we
player,
already
I think
said
the
that.
full body of work.
We already said that, Sean.
The lead
We already
dog
said
on the
that.
team right now is Luka Doncic.
Who's the better player?
We already been there, Sean. Nope.
LeBron James is still the best player on the Lakers.
Right.
I agree, Rashad. I agree. As crazy as that sounds, Luka's defense, that shit is unbearable, man. And we got to look at it from LeBron James's eyes. Even if he's averaging, let's say, 22 points a game, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, but athletically he could put out a better defensive effort, he's got to be thinking like, yeah, I'm still better than him. And that energy from a guy like LeBron James who loves attention, it's going to seep out at some point. LeBron James definitely has a huge ego.
At this point right now.
At this point right now, still $52 million. LeBron James can still do LeBron James shit. He has to share his throne with someone who he don't feel right is ready to take over the helm, just like Anthony Davis. Now, my point being,
34.99.
my point being,
Come on now.
listen, you talking about stats, bro.
What you talking about?
You're talking about stats. That's what y'all do. When you don't really want to talk hoop. Let's talk hoop.
34.99.
Let's talk what the actual
Backstreet Boys.
performance says. When we talk about what happens when you're out there. LeBron can affect the game like nobody has ever done. And so when he's not playing defense to this caliber
Right.
and it's blaring, the eye in the sky don't fucking lie. We can show you film from before when LeBron James was engaged and ready to go, full sense of urgency. He's unstoppable on both sides. But when he's disengaged, bro, our team looks dismal. We can never recover if he's not locked in. And the fact that we can't hold him accountable and you want to put the accountability on somebody else when he's still the best player, it's unbelievable.
By the
It's
way-
insane.
Hey, McCants in the bag right there. He ain't telling no lies.
Nobody ever before except Jordan.
And he loved accountability.
All right. Yes.
He loved accountability. Call me out, please.
Yeah.
Give me a challenge. I'm done dominating these motherfuckers out here. I need a new challenge. Bill, tell me something I can't do.
Correct.
Please.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at with it.
Are we sure that the Luka trade was the all-time steal of the century?
Hey, Skip is getting to a bag right here. At some point, we're going to have to see if there's going to be any fruits to this trade. Because right now, at this very moment, it looks like they're going to waste at least 3 prime years of Luka's career. We're talking about last season when they made the Luka trade and even them getting virtually gentlemen swept by a diet Minnesota Timberwolves team without Karl Anthony Towns. And then you got to look at this season with LeBron opting in. There's a lot of political wars as both guys are kind of fighting for their dominance. And then next season, when they get a whole new roster, guys got to build that chemistry to level up to perhaps get to the finals. So that'll almost be 3 years of Luka not necessarily playing with championship expectations.
Luka trade was the all-time steal of the century. We sure about that?
Talk about
He just a bucket getter, bro. Hey, you gotta put him on somebody like the Thunder and let him be the only one who don't play defense.
Are we seeing what Dallas was seeing?
What?
No defense.
Yeah.
I mean, we're seeing 19
Well,
and
the
10.
thing
And I'm not even saying, I'm not saying that's why he was traded, but I remember being a Luka fan when he was in Dallas.
I am
and
a Luka fan.
I said, you know what? I can't fuck with this, man, because he is just not giving the effort that's
Exactly.
needed.
And he's got a double chin. Right? Well, he does. And it's back.
It's back.
Back.
It's back.
Damn, how the fuck he keeps gaining weight during the season? He did it last year coming into Dallas. He was in shape, but then he blew up. And then, of course, this season, yeah, he came in shape and then he sort of slowly blowing up again. I don't know if it's the food out in LA or just the food in America in general, but this guy got to get a proper chef.
Holiday season, Skip. Holiday season.
Okay.
Gumbo.
I know.
Just saying.
You got
Hey,
me.
Slovenian gumbo.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah, Thanksgiving.
He fresh
Slovenian.
off
It's
Thanksgiving.
back.
This is a hard
He
window
said
right
the
here.
double
Feel me?
chin is back.
This is a
man.
hard window.
Hey, January 1st coming up, you know, and New Year's
New
resolution.
year, new me.
You feel me?
Same
On
old
that
me.
diet 2 months.
Yep.
And the thing is, they 19-10, man, and
They ain't just trash.
They look like they're 10-19.
that's
don't they?
exactly that's the feeling.
Yeah.
Imagine the
Fourth in the
energy of
West.
that. Imagine when we talk about teams that are not playing great but need to catch their stride later on in the season. This is a team that can do that.
Yeah.
But that coach and that confidence in the team,
I
he's
don't
really
know.
trying to figure out how to even challenge them with a 19-10 record.
So it is what it is. I'm pretty sure Rich Paul at some point with his Cold War podcast with Max Kellerman will lay down LeBron's version of what's going on in LA throughout the season. The timing of that show with The Ringer, I'm telling you, the whole thing is really just a Cold War tool to kind of explain LeBron's last year in LA as he's pretty much at odds with just the organization. But we'll see as this crazy fiasco out in LA continues.